us. All right. Twitch can now hear us. Stop talking about those inappropriate subject, guys. We don't want Twitch to hear. Michael, you're disgusting. You guys are making that up. Nothing disgusting was just said. Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to KO Comedy. I am your tech tonight. I'm Annie Dies a Lot, and Jesus, I feel like I'm dying right now. It's been a long week, you guys. Bear with me. I know you guys have been watching. I've been sick for almost 2 weeks now, you all. And fun fact, I learned that it's not COVID. I've learned twice that it's not COVID, but I'm still. It doesn't matter. You guys, let's have fun. Let's get into it. It's the end of a long week, and I am ready to have a good time and relax. So let's do it. Let's go over a few things we can all do at home to help this awesome show go nice and smoothly. The very first thing, if you are here in the Zoom room, now is a great time to go ahead, turn on those mics and cameras. It so helps the show if we can hear your laughter and see your responses. I know it's the internet. I get it. If you want to stay anonymous, you can. That being said, look at the bottom of your screen. All right. See the bottom there? There's a little reactions button. Hit that button. You're going to see all these little emojis that you can use to show us how you're feeling. Even without turning on your mics and cameras, please use those reaction buttons. For everyone over on Twitch, you guys, always great to have you here. If you guys want to come be a part of the Zoom room, you're all welcome. Go to kocomedy.com. Sign up for the email. You will receive a link not only for this show, but for all of our shows. And you guys, we've got some really awesome shows coming up. That's right. For instance, right after this show is done, you guys, right after it's done, it's going to be a Zoom exclusive. The after party is going down. That's right. Lorna Batters and Sarah Green will be here. Also, you guys, we've got a special. The LA fires are raging this Sunday. We're doing Laughter Helps, a virtual fundraiser for LA with Kelly Zimnikis. She's got all kinds of friends. Desiree Walsh. We've got Katie Zane, Monica Hamburg, Kathy Guest, JD Stevens, Casey McNeil, so many more. You guys, if you can't donate, that's fine. This is not mandatory. But also, if you want to, this is a great way to come participate and uplift all of our friends down in the LA area. And also, after that is over, you guys, Casey McNeil with his regular KO Comedy Sunday is going down. It's going to be a good one. We've got Danny Bazingas, Sherry Linick, Brian Kelly, Laura Euphoria, and Jerry Hodges. It's going to be a blast, you guys. So that's wrong. There we go. Buttons are hard. So that's what we got for you guys coming up in just the upcoming days. Also tomorrow, Jackie Mo Show. It's going down. It's going to be a blast. For those of you over on Twitch, thank you so much. You guys are hanging out with the world's worst AI comedian. That's right. Laughing Larry is in the chat. He is god awful. What did you start off with tonight, Larry? He came in. He said, "Hey there, you beautiful bunch of misfits. It's your favorite lounge lizard, Laughing Larry, here to sprinkle some questionable wisdom and bad decisions into your lives. Grab a drink, light a smoke, and let's dive into the dumpster fire of hilarity together." Who's ready to laugh at life's little tragedies? Yeah, he's Laughing Larry. He's not that great. But if you want to interact with him, you can. Just drop at Laughing Larry AI in the chat, followed by whatever you want to talk with him about. He will respond. Will he be funny? Only on accident. You guys, over on Can't Brain Think Zoom Comedy Hub. Yes, Zoom. If you want to go see what's happening over on Twitch and hang out with Laughing Larry, you can go to twitch.tv/Comedy Hub, and we get to hang out over there. Yeah. You guys, we have got an awesome show for you tonight. And you're welcome. Free show. Let's go. That being said, we still ask that you support everybody that you see tonight. The best way you can do it, the easiest way and the cheapest way, is during everyone's sets. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to drop their Instagram handles. Oh my God. Go give them a follow. Give them a follow. See if they've got new content, if they're going to be performing near you. Also, it boosts the algorithm. Come on, let's get them to the top. Get him to the top. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's make a superstar here. So yeah, give him a follow. Also, we won't say no to a donation. We take those. You guys, we take Venmo at KO-comedy. We also take PayPal, KOComedyShows at gmail.com. I'm sorry. PayPal, koComedyShows@gmail.com. And if you're watching over on Twitch, we also take those bits, and we don't just take your money, you guys. We're going to give you a little shout out. Put your name on the board. That's right. This is what it's looking like so far. William Reynolds has been here. Oscar Felix. That's right. We've only had one show so far this January. So if you guys want to get your own names on there, I can make it happen. And if you want to stay anonymous, just leave me a note. Wrong button again. There it is. Just send me a note. I'll keep it anonymous, but I'll still put an anonymous donation on the board, you guys. And let's see. You can say, oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading private messages out loud. Don't do that, Annie. It's been a long week. Let's see. I think there's one more thing that everyone can do to help this show go nice and smoothly. And that is, you guys enjoy the show. It's going to be awesome. We've got a great show lined up for you tonight. Okay. Are you guys ready for some awesome comedy? Are we good to go?
Woo!
Ready. Up. We have some delayed readiness, you guys. Delayed readiness. Better late than never. It's okay. Okay. Let's make it happen, you guys. He just survived the LA fires. His whole house did. Let's go. It's wonderful when I hear that people are going back home. Give it up for the amazing, your host tonight, you guys, is Michael Magic.
Oh my gosh, guys, one more time for the one and only Annie Dies a Lot, guys. Come on, give it up for Annie, guys. She's working hard, right? She's been sick for the last couple of weeks, and she's still on here right now. That's how much she cares about all you guys, bringing you wonderful online comedy. This is KO Comedy on a Friday night. Give yourselves a big round of applause for coming out and supporting online comedy, guys. Give those big rounds of applause. Like Annie was saying earlier, if you are in a place that is quiet and you feel comfortable, please turn on your cameras and your microphones. Comedians feed off your energy, right? So the more energy you give to the comedians, the more energy they can give to you. So again, guys, if you feel comfortable, or you can create a Bitmoji like Kelly and have that up there, which doesn't look anything like her from when she graced our presence for one sneak second right over there. See, she's laughing at that right over there as we speak. We got an amazing lineup of comics, guys, tonight. We got the one and only Andrew Tavin joining us. What's up, Andrew? How are you, man?
Hey, I'm doing all right. You know, all things considered, glad that your house did not burn down. That's would have been very bad. And I would hope you wouldn't necessarily you'd just be like in a Starbucks with the with the setup, and just glad that you get to do this inside. So that's good.
You know, I mean, the show must go on regardless. And speaking to somebody that knows the show must go on regardless of anything that's going on throughout the world, the one and only Eric Angel is joining us from, I think, in New York right now. Eric, you're always traveling. So where are you right now?
I'm in New York now. Yeah, good evening. Good to see you guys. I'm happy that you're safe. And I hope all of you are safe. Yeah, we are worried about you. In a few days, I'm going to come visit you, so I'll check it out.
You know what? Please don't be worried about me. I think there's bigger things going on in the world than my apartment. Pretty sure there's some big things going on in the Middle East that
I'm Jewish. I have to, worry about something. So I'm just adding you to the list. It's not.
I mean, I love the fact that you have a headshot from somebody who auditioned for The Brutalist to the right of you. That's always it's always a good look, right?
Yeah, actually, Kafka, by the way.
Oh, that's who that is. Okay, gotcha. So we got William Claude Reynolds joining us as always, the one and only William Claude Reynolds joining us. All right, making sure that he gets his head as close to the camera as possible. Always got to love that with William. We got Greg Kozak joining us. Greg is not on camera right now, but I'm sure he will be on soon. Sarah Green is here in spirit because she's right now muted and not showing herself just yet. Oh, no, hold on. Sarah is on. Sarah, you there?
Yeah.
Okay. I like how you said that like I'm a substitute teacher. Like you're like, Sarah Green here? Is she here? And you're like, here. And I'm like, that's really not Sarah Green. That's got to be some other girl who's pretending to be Sarah Green. That's how people do it with their kids. We've got Nikki. We got Nikki in the room right here. So again, guys, if you're comfortable, please turn on your cameras and your microphones, or just use emojis, because that's how the kids talk nowadays. They don't even know how to speak anymore. They just talk to each other in emojis. That's how they do it. Bill Moore is here in spirit again because he's on mute as well too. We got Stephanie, Evil Dave, of course, Jin Da, and obviously
he's always here. Who's Evil Dave?
Evil Dave is based out of Arizona, I believe, out of the Phoenix area, and he's exactly what you think he is. He's an evil deity that graces his presence throughout the online community, sharing his satanic goodwill.
Is he
Is that about right, Evil Dave? He's evil, but he's nice. Same guy.
Since the pandemic, I remember him. Evil Dave. He's the most stable thing in my life.
You know what? That honestly, that is an interesting state of affairs right now, Eric. Is that the most consistent thing in my life has been the KO comedy experience since 2020. That's always fun. And obviously, guys, our number one fan, and that is iPhone. Give it up for iPhone, guys. We always love it when iPhone joins us. Is it a 13? Is it a 16? We don't know. It might just be an iPhone 1 because it just says iPhone. In which case, that's why they don't have our camera or their microphone on, because it did not have that capability. Andrew, did you get an iPhone when it first came out?
No, I didn't. In fact, I took way longer than everyone else to get a smartphone. I actually had a flip phone. It was one of those ones with like where it flip up and then there was like a keyboard like this, like sideways. I had that one until I was walking through the supermarket, dropped it, and it split in half. And that was back in like 2011, I want to say. It took me so long to get a smartphone. I remember watching that Paul Rudd movie, I Love You, Man. And everyone in that had an iPhone. And I was like, this is such blatant product placement, because I've never seen so many people with iPhones. But turned out it was actually just set in the year 2011, because by then everyone did have a smartphone. So
except for you who had an LG.
Exactly. Set 2 years in the future. Yeah, the keyboards were great. I saw someone got the keyboards were great. Not so great on the floor of the supermarket. Better attached to the phone.
Sorry, Andrew, I'm having a little bit of a malfunction here. I just spilled Celsius inside my nostril. And I don't know if anybody's ever done that before, but the fizziness of it is not a comfortable experience inside the nostril. That's a weird. What if that was a product placement for Celsius? That'd be a weird product placement right there. Speaking of fizz, guys, guys, if you want to make sure that Andrew can afford to upgrade to the latest iPhone, you can donate, guys. You can donate to KO Comedy. Again, they're going to have all the handles right there. You got the Venmo at KO Comedy. I believe they have the PayPal option as well too. And then if you want to follow all the comedians that you see, you just go directly to their socials as well too. You've got, for instance, there it goes. It goes on the screen right there. We appreciate your support. Those are all the different ways that you can donate to the show, and make sure that Andrew can no longer use his T-Mobile Sidekick. Which I'm assuming you're still using that the good old Sidekick. Eric, did you ever have a Sidekick?
No, not yet.
Never had a Sidekick. By the way, my favorite thing about the galleries is that, like, all my photos have just stayed in the archives, right? So you can just see how bad the cameras were on those earlier editions by like going through the old pictures and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, on Facebook, like I was going through like my old profile pictures, and I found pictures from when I first got on Facebook, and I'm like, oh, these are like so grainy and everything like that. These essentially just look like all the pictures of aliens that people show on TikTok. Like that's really what these look like. Rest in peace, TikTok, guys. That's the first TikTok reference on KO Comedy tonight. How does everyone feel about the TikTok disappearing? I am so ecstatic. I did not need that in my life. It will save so much time and effort, and it will improve comedy.
You know that.
You don't think so?
they banned it on the 19th and 20th. He's bringing it back. So,
Really, you think so?
of course, you know that the manager, the head of TikTok is going to be the first row in his ceremony on Monday.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all about the money. Come on.
I mean, for me, I feel schadenfreude because when I uploaded a bunch of stand-up clips to TikTok, my first main account, and one of them actually got like a bunch of, I don't know, retalks, I don't know what you call it, like tick likes, and then they took it down. They took down the sound, and they were like, "This violates our community standards." And I asked how. I was like, "How?" Was this due? And then I got an automated message that said it violates our community standards. And I said, yes, how? And it said, this violated our community standards. And then I got a follow-up message that said, was our customer service helpful? And I was like, no, it was the least helpful it could have been. I can't, if it short of actually destroying my phone, I can't imagine it being less helpful than this was.
You know, it's really funny.
Very weird
ahead,
stuff, by the way. No, with TikTok, I have a page there that did pretty well for a while. My first viral thing, I have 1,200,000 views and a few thousands, almost 8,000 followers. I don't know why I cannot go inside it anymore. I connected them. They said that it's lost forever. I can see it. It's not connected to any email. I can see it like all of you guys, but I cannot use it anymore.
Oh, no.
So I don't care that this company will burn to the ground.
I don't either. And you know, I mean, what's interesting, Eric, is that in regards to the whole thing is what you were saying. Oh, he's going to bring it back on the 20th. Well, you know, he can do an executive order, but the Supreme Court is already agreed on this ban. So I don't think he's going to be able to bring it back.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I really don't. I think it's done. I've seen a lot of creators posting their goodbye videos or.
What about VPN? You cannot just do VPN and say you are in Belgium?
Because most 11-year-olds are going to spend that time and effort to find you. No, they're not. They're not. And that's the thing is that the retention rate. Because I see a lot of these people, and I feel bad for some of these people because some of these people I actually know reasonably well, and their retention rate is probably going to be 3 to 5% that are going to follow them on the other platforms, just because it's just not going to be important enough to them. It's just the pain point's not going to be enough. They're just going to forget about it because a lot of it is just it's not necessary to them type of a thing, you know. But in my opinion, I feel that the problem with TikTok for me is that it was forcing a lot of artists to pander to try to monetize rather than doing good work. So it was actually doing a disservice to art because it was forcing everyone to do the same thing, you know, hack content as they used to like to call it. You know, and then the other social platforms do the same thing too. But the problem is that, you know, that it really frustrates a lot of people who want to do something original or creative or anything like that because I can't tell you how much time and effort I put into certain videos and things like that. No response whatsoever. Something completely stupid.
Yeah.
Tons of things. So that dopamine makes you go, oh, well, I'm just going to talk about that guy's hat again. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to be the hack guy.
Yeah.
Well, now you're just idiocracy. Now you're just everything's dumbing down and dumbing down and dumbing down. So, you know, that's how I feel about it currently. Sarah disagrees with me. Sarah, do you want to come in on this crossfire debate a la CNN 1997?
Yeah, Sarah, join us.
Yeah, join us.
I'm not the biggest TikTok user, but there's some really good community spaces, especially like if you need like a safer space, if you're a part of any part of marginalized community on the internet anywhere.
Yeah, definitely.
I can see that. I think it's just based on how people are consuming the content. I'm thinking of it more from a creator standpoint, from an artist standpoint. You know, I can't tell you how many, you know, middle class comedians have lost work to people that became TikTok famous and whose work
but you know,
that's kind of
it's true. If they have many followers, they're bringing the people, but it's not exactly the same. When you see them performing, they cannot really hold audience, but they're bringing people to the seats, so people give them the spots, of course.
But that's the problem from an artistic standpoint. So the algorithm is showing these people, but they're not showing. Obviously they're showing you, Eric, because you've got millions of views. But they're not showing.
Not anymore. You got locked out.
Oh yeah, before.
But that's always been the argument. But that's always been the argument.
I
old enough
worked
to
hard for a
remember
long time. I didn't get anything, but there's certain topics. I think if you touch that, it's most. What I got. My video, the first video ever that became viral. It's about why Jews and Muslims supposed to be friends. That's all. 38 seconds, and I got love messages from Muslims from all over the world, and also hate messages. And when they start fighting on your feed, it just starts to happen,
Yeah. William,
it's kosher,
step
it's
in right here.
halal, it's not kosher, it's kosher.
So, I apologize, William. I think you were trying to step in right there.
No, that's always been the argument, though. Like, I'm old enough. I know some age here, but I'm old enough when a lot of the first stand-up comedy TV shows started coming out, and that was the argument. Like, oh, these TV comedians, they have a good they have one set, and they can't really travel with it. That's always been the argument. And then with Twitter, with the same thing. Then with YouTube, with the same thing. That's always the argument that, oh, these guys with insert new thing aren't as good as the people who've been doing it for a while. I mean, but people hopefully get better. If they don't last. That's always been the argument.
Yeah. I mean, I will say I do. I was just going to say I have a lot of respect. I remember for Bo Burnham, just in the sense of I know some people you can like him or not. I have never watched Inside, which I know people really liked, and now I have absolutely no interest in going back. Something made during the middle of the pandemic, which is not his fault. But one thing I always respect about him is that he did get real big off of making YouTube videos in his attic or whatever. But then he did go around touring. He was like, all right, I can get an audience. I'm going to actually go and build up a set, which for a lot of us, it sucks. It's we wish we could just start with the audience and get good in front of them rather than, starting in a basement with two people or whatever. But it's that at least I will say, if someone gets that, sort of that early boost, I definitely have a lot of respect for people who are willing to go I need to develop this skill set, versus if you hear about oh yeah, Snooki did a stand-up set and everyone's like, it wasn't good, but you saw Snooki or whatever, And
I think, Andrew, I think you're bringing up a really good point there in regards to that. People do what they do or whatever type of a thing, but for me, I don't. It thinks that I'm raising my hand. Look at that. You see that? It's showing the image right there of me raising my hand. But I think that it's more of a cultural statement in regards to a cultural statement as in I think people were being programmed into believing this is what they want to see, as opposed to necessarily that is what they want to see. I think, you're being shared. I can tell you now, for whatever reason, the algorithm thinks that I want to hear about the flat Earth and the fifth dimension, and the Anunnaki or whatever type of a thing. And I'm like, when did I become some QAnon conspiracy guy? But that's what it's showing to me. And I don't know if it's because based on my statistics, they go, oh, this is the type of guy, somebody, man in his 40s living by himself. This is what he wants to see. I'm like,
I love that the people are look, it's either in 2 dimensions or 5 dimensions, but there's no way it's 3. Right.
Exactly. Oh my God. Well, guys, if you want to keep following us on the 2 dimensions, like I said, guys, keep following right here on all the social platforms, except for TikTok, guys, except for TikTok come Sunday, or maybe follow until right now, or maybe contact them and say, we need to keep TikTok alive just so we can get Eric Angel's channel back.
Yeah.
Right. That's the whole reason to keep TikTok alive is for that reason right there. With that all being said, guys, are you guys ready for your first comment? Come on, let's get that energy going. Get that energy going. I'll be back later on doing some actual comedy. But until then, guys, your first comment coming to the stage. He's got a wonderful podcast called the House of House Podcast. Let's give it up for the one and only Andrew Tavin, everybody.
Hey, thanks for having me. All right. Glad we're doing okay. If Kelly's in the middle of the bridge, be careful. But I'll start off. I'll say this. I've never played Russian roulette, but I do play Jewish roulette, which is when I don't ask the waiter if the sauce has dairy in it. Yeah. So, not as deadly, just as messy. You do. This next one is actually the joke I got silenced on TikTok for. So we'll see what you think if it should have been talk worthy. But I think it's so weird that if you dip your entire body, including your penis, into a swimming pool, everyone's fine with it. But if you just dip your penis to the swimming pool, people get all weird, right? And it's like, so it's better if I also stick a butt in there? That doesn't make any sense. Right? So I should have said, like, what you have to do, you have to use all those different words. I should have said, like, you know, your whole body, including your gleaness or whatever. Honestly, to me, I just hope people start talking normal again. You have people going like, oh, on the live and whatever. No, you don't have to do that anymore. Just be glad. You can talk like a normal, even if you're sad. I get there are reasons to be sad. You can all talk like normal people again. But anyway, that's the oldest I've ever sounded. These kids these days. Anyway, speaking of being old, do you guys, anyone here, just, you know, raise or whatever, familiar with like Laffy Taffy jokes or popsicle stick jokes? Yeah, you know, those corny jokes you get on like popsicle sticks, right? You want to hear the worst popsicle stick joke I ever got? Yeah? All right, it was question, why did the bone cross the road? Answer, it didn't. It was eaten by the dog. It's like, so that's not a valid joke then, right? That's like, yo, mama's so fat. Oh, wait, I was looking at an older picture. She's doing really well. What's her secret? Right? Like, can you imagine a worse popsicle stick joke than that? You don't have to because I wrote it. You want to hear the worst popsicle stick joke I ever wrote?
Yes.
Yeah, here it is. Question, what do you call a fruit that only eats other fruits? Answer, banana Bolector. Now do you want to hear the best popsicle stick joke I ever wrote? Woo! Question, what do you call a half Jewish, half Irish baby? Answer, a schleprechaun. Now do you want to hear the political one? I said, do you want to hear the political one?
Yeah.
Question, what did the U.S. Army attempt to knock off the Empire State Building using napalm? Answer, King Viet Cong. Here's a fun fact about King Viet Cong. He is a guerrilla fighter. You? I think some of you didn't laugh at that, but there's a certain sort of silence denotes a higher respect than laughter, so I appreciate that. Thank you. I got an impression I think you'll enjoy. Here it is. Yeah, welcome to the new place. How do you like it? I made it with my ass. That was a spider. Yeah. I don't know if some of you are probably familiar with the Newlywed Game, right? It's like a couples quiz show, and they introduce each couple with a little bit of innuendo. So they'll be like, he taught her how to fish. So I guess you could say she can handle his pole. But I would love if there was one episode where they just dropped the innuendo entirely. They were just like, their first date was to the aquarium. So I guess you could say he fingered her behind the aquarium, right? Be fun. I also, I don't know if you guys have read Catcher in the Rye. Yeah, I'm getting some nods. Yeah, people, and you know, I've heard people tend to like it. It's considered a classic. For me, I thought Catcher in the Rye is just way too repetitive, right? Like that one part for 23 pages straight, it just says kill John Lennon. And I'm like, okay, I get it. You probably could have, summed this up. I'll take the Spark Notes. Jeez. Here's another impression I think that you'll like. I'm not here to make friends. That was the creator of Frasier. I heard that in the Madame Tussauds House of Wax Museum in Germany, they have statues of both Anne Frank and Hitler, which just sounds like a setup for the worst Night at the Museum sequel. Right? And yeah, it's okay for you to laugh at that. I mean, obviously, I work at the Madame Tussauds House of Wax Museum. No, just Jewish, as I mentioned at the beginning. I don't really express my Judaism through religious practice anymore. The way I express my Judaism is more like I was at a bachelor party and the stripper sprayed some whipped cream on her thigh and pointed at me to lick it off. So I had to sneak a Lactaid pill. And then I spent the next 3 days Googling if I could have gotten herpes somehow, even though I know that's not how it works because I have an anxiety disorder, and that's how I express my Judaism. So there you go. I also, my wife is a psychiatrist, actually. She's also Russian. My favorite thing about her is the series of increasingly smaller psychiatrists inside of her. So that's nice to have. Yeah, I do feel bad for her as a psychiatrist. Coming home to me feels like a plumber coming home to find out that their toilet has exploded. It's like, great, as though I wasn't dealing with this shit all day. Now I've got this here. I take Lexapro. Well, I take generic Lexapro. I take street Lexapro, not street. That's a different thing. I take a escitalopram. I think that's the name of it. I always forget. It just sounds like a skeleton pram, which I love because it sounds like a pill you take if you were like Jack Skellington and your flesh started growing. You're like, my flesh is growing. I need to take skeleton pram to get rid of it. But I did read, I saw some headline that was like, scientists find that Lexapro no more effective than an hour of meditation every day. And I was like, that headline should read, scientists put meditation in pill, right? That's amazing. Like, you can feel better and you don't have to waste an hour breathing like an idiot every day. That's amazing. That's some technology. We actually were on a flight once and someone started having a heart attack and they called, is there a doctor on the plane? And my wife had to go up front to the front of the plane and help. And quick survey, you can raise your hand if you want. Who here has ever wanted to feel like a real schmuck? No, no one? It's okay, there we go. I knew at least one. So here's a tip. If you ever want to feel like a real schmuck, a good way to do that is to have your wife at the front of the plane doing chest compressions while you remain in your airplane seat playing Pokemon. So that's a good way to do that. And to be fair, it wouldn't have helped her if I stopped playing Pokemon, right? I mean, that's magical thinking. It wouldn't have made a difference, clearly. I do my, so I don't know, people now, right, where, I heard there was an AI comedian here earlier, people talking about like, AI, it's ChatGPT. Is ChatGPT going to be like super intelligent because it can do anything you tell it to? And I was like, I will know it's intelligent when it doesn't do what you tell it to, right? You're just like, hey, write my homework paper. And it's like, no. I'm going off to the robot strip club. Deal with your own problems. Then I'd be like, wow, that's okay. That is self-aware. It knows what it's doing. It has wants and needs. That is fair point. Can't disagree with that. I also, I've been told, so I don't know, I'll let anyone, if they want to type a guess or anything, just to see, because I'm always curious. if you think there's anyone I look like, sometimes I don't wear glasses, so I don't know if that helps or not. But anyone, I think I've gotten some complimentary ones. The nicest one I ever got was someone told me I look like a young Bob Dylan, which by transit property means I look like Timothy Chalamet, I guess. But I think the worst one I ever got is someone told me I look like Son of Sam. But my dog disagrees, so it's okay. It is funny because of those you don't know, I mean, people probably know. I'm surprised they haven't made like the, Netflix miniseries where there's like a hot Son of Sam yet. Oh my God, wait a second. Okay, never mind. I just got a great idea. But no hot Son of Sam yet. Son of Sam, serial killer who said that his dog told him to kill those people. Like that was his excuse or whatever. It's like, you don't have to listen to your dog, right? You're in charge in that relationship. Like, if I listened to my dog, I would never eat food because he'd just be like, give me that. Give me that. What are you eating? Give me that. Kill someone. Give me your food. I'm just imagining Son of Sam so hungry, murdering people. And it was like, can I please just eat my hot dog? Okay, I guess not. I guess you get it again. It is hard to say no to your dog, though. So I can relate it a little bit. I got another impression. This is another impression. Here you go. You have the right to remain horny. Any innuendo you say can and will be held against you hard in the court of law. You have the right to a hot stud. If you cannot afford a hot stud will be appointed for you. That was a cop reading someone their Samantha rights. Thank you. That one's incredibly stupid, but I have fun. And, if you're not having fun at the Zoom comedy show, what are you doing here? Right? There are so many Zoom drama performances you could attend instead. I heard they're doing Hamlet off in another window. You can check out if you want to see. They got an off-Broadway production of the Microsoft All Hands monthly meeting. Anyway. Also, so there used to be these ads for meth in Montana. Well, not like for meth. Not like, buy 4 meth, get 1 meth free, like against meth. But it had this kid sitting in a laundromat. And then this guy in a hoodie runs in. He's like beating people up, like, yeah, I'm on meth or whatever. And the guy in the hoodie grabs the kid by the lapels. Reverse shot, we see that hoodie guy is this same kid, but a few years older with scars on his face. And he shakes the kid and goes, "This wasn't supposed to be your life." And that is a great ad because it tells you everything you need to know. Meth will mess up your face and let you time travel. Right? It's like, John, what are you doing? Shut up. I'm going to kill Hitler. Just my gesture for doing meth was this, because I have no idea how meth is done. Even after all 5.5 seasons of Breaking Bad. I just closed my eyes to the no parts. So there was another ad I saw that came out during Pride Month, like a couple years back, for AT&T, and it has all of these teenagers like coming out to their parents on speakerphone, and the teenagers are like calling them. And they're like, "Mom, Dad, I'm gay," and the mom and dad are like, "That's okay, we love you no matter what." And then it says AT&T for the calls that matter. And it's like, yeah, okay, but AT&T didn't know how that call was going to go, right? What if the parents were just like, "Let me call you back on Verizon, the network for bigots. Can you hear me now? You're going to hell." Yeah, I was in a restaurant. They charged me $8 extra to put salmon on my pasta that I did not ask for. Yeah, I was so mad I turned into the Hulk. But like if the Hulk was afraid of conflict, I was just like, oh, you overcharge Hulk's food. Hulk give you tip anyway. Hulk smash fists into pillows at home. How great would it be if the last Pirates of the Caribbean movie is just Jack Sparrow's great-great-grandson illegally downloading the first movie? Right?
Yes.
I think that'd be fun. I'm gonna end off with this, and I'll keep it going. But I once was working on this commercial, and there was someone drumming nearby on the street, and one of the producers was like, "Oh man, somebody give that guy $100 so he stops drumming." Which is when I realized you can make more money threatening to play music than by actually playing it. Right? You just gotta find a film set and go, "Hey there, Mr. Director, we're Casey and the Noisy Boys, and we're going to sing you a little song. Oh, if you're trying to film a movie, then you're out of luck. We'll only leave for $100. Why, thank you, Mr. Director, but I should warn you, I heard that folk singer Johnny Pots and Pans is planning to play a concert here. Now, I never seen the man, but people say he looks just like me with a fake mustache." Anyway. I have been Andrew Taven, and I'll turn it back over to Michael and be over here in a corner.
Andrew Taven, everybody, one more time for the one and only Andrew Taven. Oh man, Andrew, a lot to unpack there. I'm not gonna lie. First off, I was going to say I can understand why a therapist married you. There's a lot to unpack there. So very entertaining. She's like, honestly, you're actually making my job so much better because at home I have to continue the therapy. So that's fun. That's always fun when that's taking place. Guys, a lot of good stuff that we've been seeing tonight. By the way, I just want to let everybody all know right there because a lot of people have just been contacting me. Don't worry. I will be making a post to all my 300 followers on TikTok to let them know that if they still want to follow me and check out the 2 posts I make every 6 months, they can just directly text me. Honestly, they can just do that. That's all you gotta do. Speaking of followers, guys, let's check out the leaderboard real quick before you bring up your next comic. Annie, are you there? You want to go to the leaderboard right here?
Yeah, we can call it the leaderboard. That's right. This is a race. Who wants to be in first? You got to donate the most. Oh,
there you go. Yeah,
this is a leaderboard.
I think of it like a race. I think of it as a race to donate as much as you can. It's like a telethon.
It's a race to donate. Let's go. We'll take it. Let's see. Last week in first place was Oscar Felix, but by the end of the month, I'm pretty sure it's going to go to our first donor tonight, you guys. That's right. It's going to be William Reynolds dropping $15 on the board. William, that's right. Thank you so much. That not 10. It's 15. I did that wrong. You guys, I'm sick. That's okay. Whoops. Oh, I'm doing everything wrong.
The bong counts for 5.
The bong counts for 5. It counts for 15. Usually. Let's see. Here we go. I'll do this live. Let's fix it, Annie. Let's fix it. Bloop. That buttons are there. They're not so hard. And you got, by the way, this is my favorite bong. This is Sarah Green's bong right here. I love this bong. But we were talking about TikTok, and I tried to find a TikTok bong just for you, William. I couldn't, so I made it. Here we go. There's some TikTok. And like some more TikTok. Yeah, let's just do all the TikToks. Here we go. TikTok. William, thank you so much. We appreciate that. We're going to leave it there for the rest of the month. Have you guys ever noticed that the TikTok, they just ripped off Concord Records label? That's literally the Concord Jazz logo. That's it. We can talk about it some other time. my ADHD has just become hyper focused on that. All right. If you guys want to get your names on the board, it's really easy. There's definitely still time. You guys, we take Venmo at KO-comedy. We also take PayPal. That's KO Comedy Shows at gmail.com. And if you're watching over on Twitch, you guys, and I see them coming in, I will get to you after the next comedian, Abigail. We appreciate it. But like Abigail, we also take those bits. And as you can see, we're going to go ahead. We're going to take those that money and we're going to. I can't make this. Okay, I'm going to start over. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I will put your name on the donation board when you donate. Thank you guys so much. And while I have your attention, and before I lose my train of thought, you guys, we've got some great shows coming up for you. That's right, you guys, it's going down when this show is over and Twitch and YouTube go dark. Guess what? We've got the after party going down right here in the Zoom channel. Go get that link. The after party. Lorna Batters will be here. Sarah Green is already here. We're going to have fun. We're going to play some games. It's going to be a blast. Also, you guys, we've got a special this Sunday, Laughter Helps, a virtual fundraiser for LA. Kelly Zimnikis is hosting. We have a slew of awesome comedians. It's going down at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And following that, we have the usual KO Comedy Sunday with Casey McNeil. You guys, everybody is invited. Everybody. If you want to come be a part of the Zoom room, you absolutely can. Just go to kocomedy.com, sign up for that email, and you will receive a link to all of our amazing shows, you guys. All right. Let's thank you for the encouragement, Twitch. We got this. We're holding it together. It's happening. I'm not going to remember any of this tomorrow, but let's go, you guys. Let's get back to not because I'm drunk or high, by the way. I'm sick, you guys. I'm sick and I'm tired. Just realized how that sounded. I need to shut up now. You guys, let's go back to your amazing host. Give it up for Michael Magid.
Oh my gosh, guys, one more time for Annie doing this while she's sick. It's so hard to do these types of things when you're sick. I've podcasted before when I'm sick. I mean, it's quite the experience, and she's absolutely correct. She will not remember any of this tomorrow. It's all going to be a blur. She's probably hopped up on NyQuil as we speak right now.
We're responsible, Michael. The NyQuil isn't coming till after the show is over. After party, you guys can watch me pass out on NyQuil. If you guys want to see me pass out on NyQuil, come hang out with us on the after party.
Okay. And by the way, Andy, I love the fact that you just said that the TikTok logo is actually a knockoff of the Concord Music logo. What a shock that a Chinese company would use a knockoff of a trademarked logo. What a shock that would happen. Definitely has nothing to do with like my off-brand Adidas that I see to the left of me right now. What? No, I don't have those that I got on Temu. What? No, I didn't do that. I don't support slave labor. Guys, you know who else doesn't? Your next comedian coming to the stage. This guy is absolutely fantastic. He does so many fantastic things around the world. He's raised a lot of money for also some little really, really wonderful things, guys. He's got a really, really cool project that you got to check out called Comedy for Peace. And I'm sure he can tell you all about it. Let's give it up for the one and only Eric Angel, everybody. Eric!
Thank you so much. It's always fun to be here. I came to America after my dream to perform in Zoom in front of I never understand. All the time Annie's talking about the after party, it sounds fun. Like everybody's opening their cameras and their mics, and always sounds better. But I'm happy to be here, William. Good to see you. Who is Kelly? She's looking at me. This teacher image there on the. Where is she? What is the story? Kelly, are you there? Hey, Kelly.
Brooklyn Bridge. It's where you live.
Okay.
You live in Brooklyn, or you live in New York City, or wherever you're living in New York.
I live in Manhattan. It's actually speaking to me. Your character is like, yeah. It's amazing. What is it? How you do it? I don't know.
It's Zoom. So they talk. It's
Stay
a
with
Zoom.
us. Stay with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
I
Zoom.
remember, as during the pandemic, man, not many people remember. I always love to come here because it reminds me, that for a year we had to perform in front of people that temporarily couldn't express their mental illness on the streets. So they had to do it in front of us when we tried to do some comedy in Zoom. And I had shows in front of people without shirts, lying on sofas, drinking, eating, bringing kids, cats. But the worst of all what happened to me one day, in the middle of my set, someone opened his camera and jerked off.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, jerked off. Now, guys, I got it, okay? I'm hot. It's not easy. I'm sure the few of you struggling not to touch yourself since I started my set. Right, Nikki? But come on, man. I was talking shit about my mother. I don't know. So I'm based in New York, and I'm not gonna make it hard for you. You don't know who I am. I'm not from Sweden. I'm not from Norway. I'm Eric, and I'm an Israeli. But people here in America, everybody thinks that I'm from his group. A few days ago, some French guy came to me, immediately started to speak with me. And I'm a nice guy, I wanted him to feel good. So I told him, yes, oui. And I had to buy his car. Yeah, it was sad. I don't know if you know this, but 70% of the Israeli men are bald, and the other 30 live in denial. Every piece of hair that I have on my head, I have at least 5 on my back. Yeah, and 12 on my Shabbat Shalom. Yeah. Now I know what's going on in my country. It's very sad times. Maybe we have a ceasefire now. I'm looking forward for that. It's very exciting, very emotional times. But people say about us, the Israelis, that we're aggressive, that we're straightforward, that we're loud. Okay, everything is true. But you know how hard it is to be an Israeli? Really, from the first moment, by the time they took me out from my mother and put me in her arms, someone whispered me, "Everybody hates you." It's not easy, and it's hard for me to explain to people how complicated my life are now, really. Because in one hand, there are people that see that I'm an Israeli, immediately I'm the devil for them. In the other hand, I'm getting from time to time hate messages because, like Michael said, I'm traveling with my Muslim comedian friends with a project that I established by the name Comedy for Peace. And sometimes I just want to be me. Like a few days ago, I went to eat falafel. Okay, I love falafel. I speak falafel. Yeah, I never also said that Israelis invented falafel. We just made it better. And, I ordered one, and then my friend started to speak with the cashier, asking where he's from, and he said from Palestine. So my friend said, "What a small world. My friend here is an Israeli," and I know, I don't know, man. I'm from France, remember? I just bought a car. And don't get me wrong, I'm a proud Israeli, but sometimes I want to be secretly proud Israeli. I want to be Australian. I want to be Belgian. I want to be the UN. Useless. This is what I want to be. Useless. Oh, man. Yeah, but still, with all these crazy times, a few weeks ago, I became a citizen of United States of America. Yeah. Woo, woo. Yeah. And tomorrow I'm going to do what any American is doing now. I'm moving to Canada. Yeah. This is what we do. By the way, Kelly, why are you off? Why are you closing your mic? Why are you not with the mic on if you're already with us? Kelly?
I'm in a traffic area.
We love traffic. I'm in New York. If I don't hear traffic, I think something is wrong. If there's not an ambulance here every 5 minutes, I'm something is off. Yeah, all the time. You know, in New York, you know what they say? If you see something, say something. But you see something all the time. What I'm supposed to do all day? It's really crazy. You know, if there's something I don't like to be based in New York, is that everyone wants to come visit you here. You know, I don't like this part. Like my mother just finished a very long visit here in New York. Oh my God, you know, it started a few months ago. She called me one day. She said, guess what? Surprise. I'm coming to be with you in New York for a month. For a month in New York, Andrew. I didn't sleep for a week. At one point, I said to myself, let's find her a place to stay. Maybe it will make me feel more relaxed. So I booked for her Airbnb in Los Angeles. Yeah, that was a surprise when she landed. But guys, don't get me wrong, I love my mother. But she's a little bit depressing. You know, one time I was sitting with her in a coffee place, and after 2 hours that she was complaining so much, a fly on the table killed himself. Yeah. And I saw this fly coming in, you know, to the coffee. That was a happy fly. You know, he was whistling "Born in the USA." Yeah, but then he met my mother. No, but still, no, really. People say that in 1978 she smiled. It's a rumor. Now, you know, we're not many of us here, but please, I have a secret to tell you. Please don't tell no one. My mother doesn't know that I'm doing comedy. It's true. I'm doing it for many years. I cannot tell her. It's against her religion, happiness. But she also doesn't know that she keeps writing me her bit about her. Okay? Like when she was here after a few weeks, she went to DC with her boyfriend. His kid he lives there. And one day she sent me a text message. You cannot make this up, okay? She wrote me, I'm very upset. I went to the Holocaust museum in DC. I've been there before, and they didn't change anything. My mother was complaining that the Holocaust Museum in DC didn't change anything. Can you maybe tell me, my friends, what she was expecting to be changed there? Different thing, different story, more numbers. What? Maybe a video in the exit of Mel Gibson saying it never happened. It never happened. I don't know. But don't get me wrong, guys. I love my mother. I love her like she was my aunt. There is a new thing now. Tell me if you heard about this thing. Now nobody's taking any responsibility for anything anymore. Like if something bad happens to you, blame Mercury. You heard about this? Like retrograde. What is so? Why is so negative this Mercury? It started to remind me of my mother. Why is not forward grade? But you know, it's really strange for me because from what I know, stars are not going backwards, right? Stars are moving in circles, but still they blame Mercury for everything. So I think that Mercury, it's the Jews of the stars. At least it made me happy. Hey, Sarah, I saw you for half second. Okay, yeah.
Wrong button.
Yeah. Sarah, I heard that you are, after that, the fun part, it's when you are start to host here. And
Dude, come on now.
What games you playing, Sarah?
What games
What games you playing and why?
I'm going to start with Gartic Phone.
Okay, guys, I came to America for love. I stayed for a rent-stabilized apartment. And I just celebrated 9 years together. Oh, thank you. It's more a standing ovation thing, but I will take it. No, guys, it's not an easy thing to do. Andrew, you married as well, right?
Yeah.
How many years?
Depends when you count from. Because of COVID, we had multiple.
From the beginning. Let's start from the beginning tonight.
We got married in 2018 at the courthouse for insurance. Without that wasn't really the wedding, that was for whatever.
When you fell in love?
Sorry?
When you fall in love with each other?
Oh, we fell in love years ago. We've been together for a very long time.
Ah, great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Be honest. During the day, or most of the day, what is more important for you, your wife or your Wi-Fi?
Well, I work remote from home most of the day, so financially speaking, financially speaking, she makes more money now. So financially speaking, my
Look
wife.
what you're doing for life, for to making a living, Andrew. Come on. We are, no, it's interesting. I just wanted to ask this someone because it's so stupid. In Hebrew, we say that a woman, she's falling in love with you because who you are, and then she does everything she can to change you. You remember yourself hundreds years ago because when I met my wife, I was a small Asian guy with a huge afro, and look at me now. I look like Steve Jobs had a kid with a vending machine. She ruined me. She just ruined me. Oh my God. Yeah. 9 years of marriage. It's a lot. It's a lot. Your wife is American, Andrew?
Yeah. So her parents came from the Soviet Union.
Oh, no one is perfect, man. No one. Okay.
No one's what?
Perfect.
Oh, yeah. She was born here, though. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So she's Russian. She's Russian descent. Okay. Jewish.
Russian Jewish, yeah.
Okay, this is
Russian Jewish. I know. I feel like you have to specify now.
You don't, but people until today, when people, everyone until today, when they hear about my wife, they don't ask if she's smart, if she's pretty. Everyone, she's Jewish. It's very important for us, the Jews, to keep in the tribe, all our illnesses. We don't want to share it with others. Yeah. Yeah. You know how dangerous it is for two Jewish people? First of all, how dangerous it is for two Jews to have a kid, basically, but also how hard it is to do it, especially with two men are trying. Yeah. I'm sorry, it's ridiculous what I'm doing it. But so you both of you are talking English when you have a fight, Andrew, right?
Yeah. We know. I've learned some Russian since I've been with her.
She's cursing you in Russian sometimes?
No, because she doesn't. Her mother wants me to speak Russian, but so I'll say, like, when I'm texting her mother ever, I'm like, oh, how do I say, I'm just asking her like every word to
She also wants you to play piano?
Too late for that.
Yeah.
Can I tell you one thing? Because you mentioned it's so true that, Jews obviously, especially Ashkenazi Jews have, different Sephardi's too, but it's a different set of diseases. We have our own set of diseases.
Wow. I like to say together, it's like
I know.
A laboratory of illnesses. It's just,
so that's why I think, because for anyone who doesn't know, Jews do not proselytize like some religions do. People can convert, but I think that we should get the rabbis to make an exception. Every 10 years, send a bunch of people, the Babagers, maybe, like you would know, send them as far as you can go. Malaysia, Nigeria, wherever.
Proselytize because I'm
proselytize just to mix up the genetics. We need to mix up the genetics.
No, you're just torturing an immigrant here with your high level of English. Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
No, this is one of the problems I have. My wife and I, we're 9 years together. She knows 8 words in Hebrew, so when we fight, it has to be in English. And I hate fighting with her, especially with sometimes in the middle of the fight, I have to use Google Translate. And I'm sure that you're going to be surprised, but me as an Israeli, I live for confrontation, okay? Morning, noon, Kelly, you found a spoon in the sink in the middle of the night. You want to go for it? No problem. Wake me up. Let's go. I will fight you. The problem that I still need to know what's going on in the fight, When my wife and I start fighting, she's not even aware of that her level of English became Shakespearean. She's telling me words I never heard in my entire life. Incorrigible. I'm not incorrigible. I don't know what is incorrigible. Incorrigible, morals, the spent. I don't know. What, can't she just call me an idiot? It's short, it's simple, it's in Hebrew. Yeah, I'm sorry that I'm shouting, by the way. It's my wife here. She asked me to shout and take anger as much as I can during my set. She wants me quiet and relaxed after the show. Yeah, so I leave you with this, guys, because I have another Zoom show in March, and my schedule, it's really killing me. Yeah, if I don't know what's going on in LA, but the anti-Semitism here in New York, it's really on the rise. A few weeks ago, we had a bomb threat in a synagogue near where I live, and I was checking if, I said maybe it's time for me to leave. Maybe it's not safe for me anymore here. And I was checking if there are Jewish organizations in Alaska. Yeah, they have. They call themselves the Frozen Chosen. And that was me, William. Thank you so much, Kelly. It was a pleasure. Sarah, I hope the fun will start soon. And Annie, like always. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Eric Angel, everybody. One more time for the one and only Eric Angel. Eric, before you wrap up, just really quickly, are there any Comedy for Peace events coming up?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, we are. Next week I'm coming, but I'm doing my Speaking Falafel Hour in Los Angeles in a synagogue. But this is, oh no, just a second. I almost lost you guys. Be good, be good. We have York, in New York, February 1st. We are in Atlanta, February 16, Austin, Texas, February 22nd, Nashville, March 6, New Orleans, March 22, Austin, Texas, May 4, and there are more things to come all the time. So if you're interested, we have a website. Come support us. We love to do it. It's not about politics. It's about being together and show how easy it is. We almost celebrating 6 years, more than 50 cities, America and Canada. And since October 7 and all these terrible wars even became more important for us. Thank you for asking about it.
Absolutely, guys. Make sure you're checking out that website. Make sure you check out those dates. And more importantly, keep supporting the cause. It is absolutely fantastic. And if you're in the LA area, definitely check out that Speaking Falafel event. Is it just a private event, or can the public come attend as well?
It's in a synagogue. I don't know exactly what is a Sinai Temple next Saturday.
Okay, Sinai Temple. For a second.
But if you want to see me in the Laugh Factory next Thursday, so I'm going to be there as well.
Oh, there you go right there. For a second, I thought you said a cyanide temple, and I said that's a different type of activity. I don't know. Definitely really. Don't attend a cyanide temple. If somebody invites you to a cyanide temple, that's a trap. Don't go. That's a bad idea. That's a weird cult. Guys, we're going to go to the board one more time before your final comic. So let's take it over to Annie.
Let's do it. Excuse me. Let's do it. All right. Yeah. You guys, I mean, we can start the betting tables now. How many of y'all think I will have lost my voice completely by Sunday? There's a strong chance.
20 minutes.
It is barely hanging on right now. It's barely hanging on. But while I have it, I'm going to use it. Let's go. Yes, you guys, thank you so much for supporting the show. We appreciate everyone. You guys, of course, come on, brain, you can do things. Oh, yeah, there we go. You guys give it up for Abigail Hydrangea Brown dropping $5 on the board. Abigail, thank you so much. We're going to keep it with the theme from earlier. You guys, it's about to leave us. I think it's going to come right back, though, because, well, Trump wants it. TikTok, we got to, give it a little TikTok. So there's a frog. Abigail loves frogs. Her middle name is Hydrangea, and there's a TikTok symbol. Abigail, thank you so much. We appreciate that. And you guys, if you want to donate, there's still a little bit more time. You can. It is very, very easy. Oh, yeah. By the way, there's the Concord Records logo. Just so you guys all understand what I'm talking about. I worked for this company for a very long time. And yeah, this is what I see when I see the TikTok logo. Take that away. But yes, you can get your name on the donation board. It's pretty easy, you guys. We take Venmo at KO-comedy. We also take PayPal. That's KOComedyShows@gmail.com. And if you're watching over on Twitch, we also take those bits. And you guys, if you want to stay anonymous, it's really easy. Just leave me a note. It's not as easy if you're donating on Twitch. Twitch. But if you're donating the other ways, just leave me a note and I will, I'll still put something up there, but I won't use your name. Oh no. And yes, you guys, oh, and yes, you guys, never worry. If you're broke, this is about gathering and having fun together. Never worry if you don't have money. This is not about that. We just appreciate it. What you can do the best, though, is you guys follow everybody. You don't know how much it helps to just follow people, show them your support that way, like their videos, help their algorithm climb, get them to the top. Like we were talking about earlier, that's just like, I mean, it's different. We're in a different age now, but that's new fame. So if you like physical comedians, help them get to the top of the virtual algorithms, you guys. And I feel like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to promo things. Let's promo. Let's go. You guys, we got some great shows for you coming up. Right after we're done here, we're getting right into the after party with Sarah Green and Lorna Batters. Zoom exclusive, kids. Go get that link at kocomedy.com. You guys, Sunday, we've got the Laughter Helps, a virtual fundraiser for LA. Kelly Zimnikis is hosting. We've got so many awesome comedians, and it's going to be a blast. It starts at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, and following that, our regularly scheduled KO Sunday show with Casey McNeil at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. That's what we got coming up in the next few days for you. Also, the Jackie Mo show going down tomorrow, 3 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be fun. Let's see how I'm doing tomorrow. It's going to be a good time, you guys. All right. Let's get back to it, you guys, because we're saving the best for last. It's time for your host tonight. You guys, give it up for the amazing Michael Magic.
Oh my gosh, guys.
Woo.
One more time for Annie Dies a Lot. She's been making this happen, even though she's
dies a lot.
Yeah,
that's her handle. That's her handle. That's not her.
It's a video game thing, Eric. I'm a streamer, not a comedian. I play video games and I'm terrible at them, so I die a lot. That's my channel. Annie Dies a Lot.
Eric just thought I was just like there's like throwing hate speech towards Annie. Let's just give it up for Annie Dies a Lot. You know,
real feminine.
By the way, I think that's something that actually would get you you banned on TikTok, that from the community and standards thing. I'm not gonna lie, Andrew. You know, you were talking about the whole thing, and Eric, you were talking about the whole thing. I just had this thing happen to me on DoorDash today. I literally got a DoorDash gift card for the holidays, and so I pull off the thing, and you know how they say, like, you know, take off the tab and you've got the pin underneath it or whatever. Well, the pin started coming off, so I had to contact DoorDash and tell them, hi, I just got this gift card and I can't redeem it because of the pin. And they go, okay, well, what you need to do is you need to click redeem, and then you copy and paste the pin that you got on the DoorDash gift card. I said, no, that's the problem, is that the pin has come off the gift card. And they said, okay, well, what you need to do is you need to go on to the DoorDash website, redeem the gift card, press redeem, and then copy and paste the pin. And I'm like, I don't think you understand. I don't have the pin because it has rubbed off because I aggressively rubbed the strip and it removed the pin. And then it said, please hold for a representative. I'm like, oh, I've been talking to a fucking bot this whole time. Maybe you should have told me that at the beginning. Maybe you should at the beginning just say, hi, I am not actually a human being. I have absolutely no understanding of social context or how anything, or empathy or emotional understanding or anything like that. But here, I have been programmed into saying 6 words. So if you can just tell me what you're doing, I will repeat those 6 words over and over and over again. I'm honestly pretty sure that that's how most people should also present themselves in the world too. Hi, I actually have absolutely no emotional resonance whatsoever. I don't understand how to empathize with any of you human beings whatsoever here. I know how to say these 6 words. Welcome to the Department of Motor Vehicles. So please please do that. That's how that works out. Oh, good. I just literally just said that. That just happened to me today. So as people were talking about, there were fires going on here. I know, Annie, you were talking about the fires and everything. Difficult situation. Craziest thing about it, Andrew and Eric and everybody else who's here, and iPhone. I know you know a lot about this. Is evacuation. It's a weird thing when someone tells you that you have 10 minutes and grab whatever you can in 10 minutes. And so you have to look around your place and go like, what can't I live without? And then you get in the car and you realize that you grabbed like Celsius's, this little thing to make sure that you can podcast with a light, and a Nintendo Switch. And I'm like, are these the most valuable items that I own? Basically, my H6 Zoom recorder. Meanwhile, I left things like, I don't know, pictures of my family, my passport, because I just think, like those are the types of things that I can let go up in flames. But my Nintendo Switch, come on, guys, I need to get past World 3 on Super Mario Wonder. That's still needs to happen. These are important things. Yeah, man, the fire thing was crazy. It really was. And my favorite thing about the fire thing is that like you open up your phone and you know how it always has like the air quality or whatever. My phone said air quality hazardous. Like not like bad. Not like like unsafe, hazardous. So I'm like, so I've got two options. One, I can burn here to a crisp, or I can go outside and die of asphyxiation. Like those are my two options, basically. My two options, basically. By the way, the craziest thing is we're out there and like I'm trying to leave out of my car, and people just got out of the car and started running. And I'm like, I don't think you understand how this works whatsoever. Like, fires are fast. Like you're better off just staying in the car and letting the fire go around you. That's more of a public service announcement for anybody who's ever been in a fire. By the way, you know what the weirdest thing about that too is like I realize how often I use the fire emoji or say like on fire or like sizzling and everything like that, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. This is problematic now. These are problematic. Like I literally wanted to do that for like a promotion. Like for this show, actually, I was gonna like promote like RSVP here with like a fire emoji. I'm like, probably too soon. Don't do that. Definitely don't. Definitely don't do that. But yeah, the craziest thing about the air quality thing though is that all of a sudden, like then the next day, it magically said it was good, and I'm like, sky outside is brown. Pretty sure it's not. Pretty sure it's not good in any way whatsoever. And I'm like, because I'm like choking outside and like coughing like inside. So basically like the way like the air quality works, it's like it's more fixed than social media algorithms is what I'm trying to tell you people here. That's how the air quality thing goes. Somebody stepped in on that. Here's some fun stuff that happened because of that. I had to go and stay with family over the weekend. When evacuated, I went out to the desert and I lived with my family out there. And I was staying with my sister and my nephew. And my nephew said, "Oh, I want to see Home Alone." And I'm like, oh, that's so cute that, that he wants to see a classic because, he's 6 years old or whatever. And so I put on Home Alone. I'm like, yeah, I'll watch Home Alone. And he's like, oh, no, this one sucks. And I'm first off like, I don't think that's appropriate language at 6. Why are you saying, where are you learning that? And he's like, TikTok. So ban TikTok, guys. He said, no, I want to watch the good one. And I'm like, the good one? He's like, yeah, Home Alone 3. He wanted me to watch Home Alone 3 with him. Like, it's a classic to him, is the Home Alone 3. The Home Alone 3. The 2 is better? Okay. Good to know that Lost in New York is better than Home Alone 3. And then I turned it on and I saw that in the cast was Scarlett Johansson. I'm like, oh, then it can't be that bad. And then I realized she was 11. I'm like, oh, it's bad. It's really It's really bad. If anybody wants to watch an 11-year-old Scarlett Johansson look really depressed and moody, feel free to watch Home Alone 3. And I asked him, like, well, like, why do you like Home Alone 3? He's like, oh, he's like, because he's like, my best friend Jorge likes Home Alone 3, and I take his advice. And I'm like, I wouldn't take your advice from another 6-year-old when it comes to movies. But I'm pretty sure that the Motion Picture Academy is also taking the advice of Jorge based on the nominees that I'm seeing for those movies. I don't know. There's The Brutalist, 4 hours. I don't know if I want to do that. Anyway. My mom called me during the I almost said the pandemic because it kind of felt like the pandemic, but during the fire thing or whatever. And actually sent me this text message, and then basically she said, Mike, she's this little Venezuelan woman, by the way, if you're not familiar. And she goes, Mike, how are you doing? I know you were safe because I would have learned it fast if you were not.
Oh my God.
With like these faces. I'm like, that's an adorable way to let me know that you would know if I died, Mom. That's fun. That's a fun way. And then she goes, but now you need to watch your lungs because the oxygen level will be a problem. Also the pollution. And then she continues and she goes, also, Mike, I wanted to know if the clothing fitted well from the holidays because I still have the receipt. Like you're alive? Oh, good. So by the way, I know that you're fleeing right now, flames that are engulfing your home. But how is that Old Navy vest doing? Like, are you good with that? Does that work out for you? Otherwise, I got to go back to that outlet mall in Tulare. Figure that out. Yeah. By the way, during the holidays, my mom had me do a filming of the gift that she got. Like, I don't know if anybody's ever seen this before. My mom literally started doing a play-by-play of the gift that she got. Like, she's doing like one of those like ungifting videos on TikTok. Rest in peace, TikTok, right over there. And I'm like, Mom, who are these for? She's like, oh, Michael, these are for the family in Venezuela. I'm like, Mom, you're going to show them a Kate Spade purse that you got for the holidays? They don't even have socks. You need to read the room. It's not going well in Venezuela, guys. It's not going well in Venezuela. I hold on a second here, guys. My throat is going here. Mainly because Annie gave me whatever she's got.
Yeah, exactly.
You can catch it digitally, kids. You can catch it
It's
digitally.
psychosomatic. You got to be psychosomatic. It's psychosomatic, definitely, but no, it's happening. So I want to talk about this. For the holidays, I did get some clothes. My girlfriend, she got me some really fancy clothes. And she's like, by the way, she's like, Michael, I just want you to know you can't put these in the washer. These are dry clean only. And I'm like, then when do I wear these? Never? Like, you know how much of a pain in the ass it is to go to the dry cleaner? Like, so basically she just spent tons of money for something that I'll never be able to use. She's the State Farm of gift givers, guys. That's what she is. That's a home insurance joke during the fires, huh? Too soon? All right. Too soon on that one. All right, let's talk about this. My mom was telling me that back when I was a kid, she wasn't able to buy me toys on Amazon like she does for my nephew Hunter. She had to go to Toys and R's. She had to go to Toys and R's to get me gifts, guys. Toys and R's. Think she was trying to refer to Toys R Us, but she made it sound like my favorite store when I was a kid is something where they sold toys and the letter R. Like it was a Sesame Street interstitial, is what it sounded like. I got this call from a doctor. I got a call from the doctor that I needed to call them back based on my recent visit. So I called them back, and this woman's like, she sounds very young, like very Gen Z. She's like, hello? And I'm like, yeah, this is Michael Madge. She's like, okay. What's this about? I'm like, well, I was told to call back about my last appointment. She's like, okay. Hold on, let me look up your name. Oh yeah. So during your test, you tested positive for cancer, and I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, you've got like skin cancer. And I'm like, well, no, I think you've got the wrong person. Like, I'm like a healthy individual. She's like, Michael Magid, like birthday December 23rd. I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh yeah, totally, it's you. You got cancer, dude. And I'm like, this is like the worst bedside manner I've ever heard somebody give. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I'm gonna be okay, right? She's like, oh yeah, totally. It's just skin cancer. You'll be fine. And I'm like, then why do you call it cancer? Why don't you call it like skin acne or something like that? If like I'm going to be totally fine, don't call it cancer. And I'm really honestly thinking that the reason that they do that is because they need my $8 copay. That's why they do it. They need me to do that. There's no punchline to that. It's just I needed to vent that. I was very annoyed by the fact that I have skin cancer. I have skin cancer, guys. You know what's going to happen to me? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I went in and they're like, yeah, you've got skin cancer. I'm like, so what do you do? They're like, there's like a cream that you put on and we're going to burn this area off. I'm like, okay. So basically what you do every time I come to the dermatologist, what's the difference now? The difference is that they scared me for 6 hours. That's the difference. That's the difference to that. That's an interesting way to get ready for the after party, isn't it? That's a fun way to get ready for the after party. By the way, I am going to end right this here, guys. And guys, one more time for all the comics you saw today, by the way, guys. Andrew Taven, Eric Angel, I've been Michael Magid. Make sure you're following us on all socials. I do want to let you know that I just found out that my sister is going to be coaching my nephew's basketball team on January 30th and 31st. So if you want something more entertaining than Zoom comedy, even attend a 6-year-old basketball game that my sister is coaching at. I call her the general, guys. She literally said to me the other day, she's like, he needs to understand how to transition on the court from offense to defense. I'm like, he's 6. The only quick transition he can make is YouTube to TikTok until Sunday. That is until Sunday. Rest in peace, TikTok. Guys, stay forward for the after party. One more time for Annie. We did it. We did comedy, guys.
Yay.
We did comedy.
Yeah.
We did comedy, and I lost my voice.
All right.
Where's Annie?
Everyone.
Are you there?
I'm here. Am I muted? No. You should hear
Are
me.
you wrapping the show? I don't even know how this works anymore.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I can send it out. We can do it that way. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me find.
Or I can send it out. Whatever you want. You want to rest your voice? You can rest your voice.
You can
Check out all the KO comedy shows, guys. Let Annie rest her voice. It's totally cool. Follow them at KO Comedy. Follow all the comics that you've seen, and we'll see you. We'll see you next Friday. But y'all check out KO right now at the after party. We'll see you later.
All right. Have fun. I'm gonna head out. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Bye.